All right.
Hmm?
Let's have a sip of tea.
Yeah.
We got everything set up. We have to be careful with our,
Yeah, they're
our the
perfect.
mics. The mics are a little fragile. We have a fragile situation going on here, but we just wanted to get out and about.
Yeah.
Little special edition episode, if you will.
Yeah.
We're here in the restaurant down the street from the villa. We've got a great, unfortunately not visible to the viewers, view of the rice fields right here. Hold on, you know what I'll do? Let me get a small little video clip, and I'll play it above. So here's what you're gonna do: is you're gonna look here because this is where I'm gonna put it on the screen, and you could admire it as I'm focusing over here, getting the shot for the people. So
So while Max are taking this extra shots for us, I would simply describe that. So as you can see, it's literally just like a restaurant. I was just built in the middle of the rice field.
right, but yes, but if you see, like, maybe you look at the shot I have right here, and you can narrate this shot.
Yeah, it's definitely very vibing.
Is vibing, yes, that's a great narration. Okay, all right. Well, anyways, we have some wonderful tea here.
Yeah.
We have some chicken satay ayam.
And also it's also because last few days I would also like to clarify we're being through it's been scorching like every day is like
It's been very hot.
really so I'm very glad we're here like enjoy this very I was like pretty cool and very Balinese Balinese atmosphere here.
Yeah, and food, because we have not been eating Balinese food the last few days, that's for sure.
Yeah. Probably they can
You have missed your home cuisine.
so much I would say. Miss them like to a very crazy extent like
To a crazy extent, that's all you've been doing, basically, in the evenings is cooking.
yeah, it's very nice to like have this Balinese food again.
Just, again, not visible. Some chicken ayam, chicken on skewers, which comes with a peanut sauce, which is right here.
Some deer.
And we don't know what that is. Is that
Yeah.
like a fried...
I think it's for service.
Yeah, complimentary.
Yeah.
We're not sure what it is, though. We got the boys over there smoking some cigs, just hanging out. We got a good vibe to talk about stuff. All right, well, we've only got about a week left here in Bali, unfortunately. And I want to ask you if you're feeling it, something that I've felt many times before. I'm leaving places that had been living. Almost like an anxiety of making sure you complete everything you want to complete and do everything you want to do. While you have your last week there, whether that's the shopping, whether that's connecting with people. I think every time I've left a place that I've lived, there's always been, the last week is just uneasy in that sense, just because, again, like you're leaving a place that has started to feel comfortable in some sense, or you have some sort of connections, or, again, we've been here a month, but imagine somewhere that you've been a little longer, right? And there's more people that you've connected with and places you want to visit for a last time. I think even with it only being a month, maybe you still feel a little bit of that way of, I want to check the things off the list at least that I want to do, or go to these places, say goodbye to people, etc. Yeah, so I don't know if you've been experiencing that, but it's something I've always experienced when leaving a place.
Yeah, it's actually the things like when you mentioned about it's only just something that popped in my head. It's like, you know, it's very surprising, but my feeling for this place, it's definitely changed a lot. So I would say the first week's more about it is just like I don't have enough time. But maybe it's first day. I'm just me and my mom just land off. So we don't have much of the brain.
Sorry to interrupt you again.
Oh, sorry.
Please stop bringing up your mom.
Oh, sorry. Again, sorry. I will do it again. Okay. So like, yeah. So like, my feeling for this place are definitely different compared to the first day when I just land off. Because at that time I was pretty exhausted from like a long and transfer flight, so I don't have any brain space to think about what this place would be like for me. To me, it is just a place I along there like a hot shower and electricity and Wi-Fi, and I don't care about anything. I just
Which
want
is
to...
sometimes questionable here, but luckily we had all of those.
Yeah. So that's why it's the first time for me. It's like I literally just like passed out.
We did not have hot water though. No hot water.
Yeah, no hot water.
We
Yeah.
fixed that the following day. 2 out of
Like-
3. We had 2 out of the 3
Yeah.
as your
So,
comforts.
yeah. So it's
And the Wi-Fi was actually a little spotty. 1.5 out of 3.
yeah.
as
So
the
it's
comforts
like
were here.
yeah. So it was like I won't say disaster, but it's something close to that for like the first couple of days. It just feel like everything's so overwhelming. Because it at that time when I feel is I'm leaving. So I come to a place where I just leave my comfortable home, Shanghai, into here. So to me, it is, I actually, and try to like count the day, like maybe it just like it'll be quick, like just kind of mess, like wish I when by the time when I go to Shanghai, probably I'll be more relaxed. But as time goes by, especially when I'm here, like because finally you're, as I mentioned before, like there are a lot of different situations I encounter, and I finally managed to solve them one by one. So like little by little, I started to like feel more confident about handling all the I would say the living situations here. Uh, which actually probably I'm still like not can be that as powerful as the like a local person to handle all the stuff here.
Of course not.
Yeah, I still can handle all
But
the
that shouldn't. I mean, that shouldn't be a standard bar you should have for yourself for 3 weeks in either. Continue. Sorry.
yeah. That's why I still feel very pretty proud of myself because I definitely feel like very comfortable and somehow like it just like feel like I was like actually today when I shop again at the nearby supermarket again, I feel like I'm actually it is kind of like a can be like one of my routine when I was here. Like I feel like very comfortable and just it is I can tackle that kind of things just with ease. So which start to feel like it is just like a place you can call it home, and I feel very surprised because before I keep reminding me it is a place where I just spend my vacation here. So like I I actually don't have that expectation to myself. Like I would even find somehow like I want like sense of belonging or like a sense of home here. Because to me, like home, it is something you can't just easily like attend. It's more than just like a feeling or yeah, it is just very complex things. So yeah, I feel very surprised when I actually feel that way. I feel like I'm definitely feel more connected through the past weeks, and definitely I'm willing to start to call this place like the kind of second home. Probably not that kind of the home, but yeah, I start to feel very connected and really wish to come back again somehow.
So this again, that sensation I was speaking of in the beginning about like the there's only 7 or 8 days left before leaving. Do you have that anxiety of making the switch again? And again, like making sure you do the things you want to do while you're here before leaving. Is there any sense of anxiety in that sense? That you have this list, but there's every day there's one less day to get everything done.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I
Weird. Again, that's why I was like, it's difficult to explain it.
yeah.
But it's just without fail. Every time I leave a place where I know I'm leaving for good, even like when I'm leaving, like for example, leave Shanghai for
Yeah.
these couple of months, it's just like there's an anxiety and stress about making sure getting everything done.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely for sure. Because it's somehow like because I just started my morning routine. I try to explore like some place every day, just as long as I can. I am able to like get up early. So I've been doing this for like probably like 3 days. So I started to feel like it is some kind of the very good routine for me. So I just feel yeah for sure like since I noticed like soon like I'm about to leave this place, so I'm really feel like try to just grasp every day I have here, try to explore more places, of course, because now I definitely feel like I'm capable of like exploring different small and hidden gems of this city. So I do wish, I hope I could have more time. Probably like it will be better if I have 3 months or even longer. Just try to explore all this kind of places here, because yeah, the vibe here is just so great. But again, I feel like it is just something I never expected because my expectation up here before, like I think I'm the person maybe I wish to leave the sooner the better, because I feel like maybe it is a vacation, but still it will be great to back to the city where you feel most comfortable with. And but now I yeah, again, like you said, I do feel like it is. I will feel a little bit sad 'cause to leave the place where you just somehow build your own routine here and start to really feel like as it is part of your own place. So yeah, definitely I feel that way. So the switching to different places, especially the place where you just started to build your connection. I also have a lot of the local connection,
Sure.
but still like those people you met nearby, whether people come to prepare the stuff or the people you've interact the most in supermarket. Some guys I really know each other. The boy who sell the beef and pork. Yeah, it just all the little stuff.
The boy who sells the beef and pork always gets you. He's always a real
And
tearjerker
yeah,
when you have
probably
to
I'm the
buy
person who
the
always
boy that sells the beef
buy
and
that
pork.
amount, and he knew
He knows.
he know my
He knows
purpose
how
for
much
that.
beef and pork you want to buy.
Yeah, it just feel great, and I mean, some were not even like just so like they remember you, and I also like still remember them, and it just feel like nice. I feel like that's part of thing which consists of the reason why I feel like this place started to become like a home to me at some point. Yes, that's why now I really understand why like switching place, especially from those places where you're being staying for. I feel like it's not about the length of the time you stay there. It's more about the depths you like how deep you have like explored and experience in that place. Because yeah, I still I have some friends who like maybe have some like very long vacation, just live someplace like more than 1 month, but still like when the time they're about to leave, they still like, oh, of course Shanghai is better. I'm happy to back to the city, everything in control. I'm happy to like
Well, I know you feel a little like that as well, though.
mm, I mean, of course, like, because I'm a city girl, as you said,
You are
I
a
do
city
feel like it would be great just back to the city and try to like, catch up every the new stuff in Shanghai. Because you know Shanghai is changing like every second, so definitely want to catch up with that. But still, like, feel because here, like, I try to, because the routine what I do here is it's certainly different from those I have in Shanghai. I really want to keep them, and also like I feel like it is something I created here. I really want to preserve them. So I do feel like sad. When if what if I when I'm back there, I will lose all of this routine and all this these connections I just built. So like yeah, I do feel sad.
The boy who sells the pork and the beef.
Yeah,
Not gonna
I don't know
even
if
anymore.
next time when I come here, we like I'm able to find those places. You know, I would say I will miss all those people I've met so far here. But yeah, but how about you? Like, I mean, you like switching places to places before like
I'm used to it.
you're used to it. But at first somehow you still like feel like sad, right? I mean, at the first stage when you were just started this start of life.
I mean, yeah. I think a lot of that was more of the people, because the first few places I was long term, I was very much a part of a program for university that kind of obviously like encouraged and lubricated the social aspect of it. Whereas here is like, yes, there's some people we know, but most of the time we're just kind of doing our own thing. Whereas that was obvious. There was a bunch of people I was very close with and spent a lot of time with, and so that was definitely tough. But I mean, I've gotten to a point where I've just been through it so many times that I think, again, that feeling of general angst or slight anxiety about getting things done is more of actually like our work stuff, is right, like the work period stuff, rather than the being here and like making sure we do the things while we're here, while we still can. I don't have that, and I also know this is probably a place I'll be back at some point. But yeah, I don't know. I've just done it countless times. Countless times.
But would you like so like but so you also have this similar feeling like I do. Like there is some place that you really feel like it would be like your second or third home somehow.
Yeah, I wouldn't count this as one of them.
One of the home.
I would not count it as one of them.
So this place we wouldn't count it.
I would no.
Okay.
But yes, no, I absolutely have. But again, I've just been to more places for longer periods of time. So that's why contextually, when you compare this and my experience here to, for example, Shanghai or Taiwan or Amsterdam or Sydney, I just spent so much more time there. But yeah, I think I would have more of that feeling there. A month is short. And also, like, even though I've been on this island for a total of 4 months, I bounced around, where I've lived in 6, 7, 8 different places, right? So I think what you're talking about is you're starting to get into that routine, is what makes you start to feel that. You finally get settled, which is why a month is tough,
Yes.
right? Because like you take a couple weeks to adjust, then you start to like find the things you like, and you start to like lean on these things as the feeling of home, just that routine and the normalness, and like not having to be concerned about how it's going to be. Like, wait, which supermarket? I know the supermarket's very important to you, as people might have not been able to tell, but which supermarket do I go to? Like, is it when I go there, is it like it's normal to you now. You know what to expect. So there isn't that feeling of how does it work?
Yeah.
And when you start to have those things, that's where it's like the sense of just comfort and almost home, if you will. So yeah, I think it's just when you start to have that routine and feel comfortable and don't have to, always have your head swiveling around worried about how to do X, Y, Z, it's tough to leave that because you feel like that's like hard fought. You earned that. You went through that discomfort constantly and finally got to the sense of, okay, I feel good here. And then leaving that just kind of sucks. But fortunately, you're going back to the place you're the most comfortable in the world, right?
Yeah.
But someone who is constantly moving, right? And I'm thinking like the digital nomad community, which I at one point considered myself to be a part of, like that's really tough. That month-long period's really tough.
Yeah. You definitely tell.
It's just you go through the adjustment, you feel good, and then you say goodbye.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how those people were handled with that situation, but right now, like I feel like, yeah, I definitely can understand how they feel. Like it just feel like you have to like just get away from something you just build up, and you have to like just start. I mean, maybe it's great because it will be the chance for you to experience different Filipino style of life, but still like. I mean, I'm different kind of person. So like, actually, if you put me somewhere like it's pretty tough, and maybe it's not as comfortable as those one in Shanghai. But as time go by, I guess I will miss Shanghai. But as long as I have very deep experience and connection, and I've been go through a lot of things at one place, I feel like I will start to build a sense of belonging, and we're finally called the place home. I mean, that I'm like that kind of person. So to me, like yes, the depths of the experience and the amount of the connections and all the emotions you attach to this place are really matter to me. That's the criteria for me if I would ever come back one place, and really will keep that place as one of my the other homes.
Would you recommend the 1 month period to people?
I would say it actually depends. For me, like I was in 1 month. It is a good start for those people who actually want to like start to build up their, try to like have experience a different lifestyle and like a new culture. And it'll be great if we don't have any of the work and other stuff with them to like as once they just go through their first survival stage. Yes, I think 1 month would be a good start. But yeah, and also I feel like if you really want to like be real, like just have like deeper experience and try to like just fully just throw yourself into this local vibe environment. I say 1 month is just not enough. I was just 3 months.
You don't know though. You don't.
Yeah,
You haven't done 3 months. You don't know.
If I been here 3 months, if I only just put myself like, say if I rest all the time and chill in the villa for like 2 months, and I only like start to explore the last month, I still feel it's not enough.
So have you ever heard of something called the Dunning-Kruger effect?
Maybe you can explain.
Dunning-Kruger effect, not the Dunning-Kruger effect. I took the ing and added it to the Kruger as well. Basically, it's the idea that the less you know about something, the more confident you are that you know about it. Like when you start to learn, let's say when you started to learn Spanish, I know you've been learning a little bit of Spanish, you start to feel good and you're like, I feel like I know a lot. Whereas if you were to go deeper, your attention's gonna be more on the things that you don't know. You're gonna realize that you don't know more. So it's this idea of like the beginner's mindset where you feel like you know more than you do. But when you're at expert status, you feel like you know less than perhaps you do. And so I think, especially if someone's goal is this cultural integration that we've spoken about, and you say you want to explore the place and really like feel it and understand the people, etc., I think that is something that's at play. So like, I don't feel like I know that much about Shanghai. However, if you look at all of the foreigners in the world, I'm probably up there in a sense of understanding the people in particular. Maybe not the history, the architecture, whatever, but like the people, I think I have a pretty good feel for. You can tell me if that's true or not. But in the beginning, the first month, I was like, oh, I think I got it. Whereas a year and a half later, I feel like I don't really understand it at all.
Yeah.
So I think you might be mistaken when you're like, oh, well, 3 months would be good. Like, you don't know. Also, what I think would happen is the deeper you go, the more you realize you don't know.
That makes sense. I mean, there definitely will be a twist and turn about the phase, about how what's your feeling and your knowledge about the place. It definitely will have this up and downs, but I still feel like, I mean, it's only my thoughts, because for myself, even if I've lived a reason born in Shanghai and spending most of my time in Shanghai, even for me, I'm like a very like I'm a local. I still feel like somehow like I think you're right, because like I don't think like the amount of time actually will determine like, so eventually you will feel like, oh, the more I stay, I will actually know this place better. Maybe as you said, the more you stay there, you feel like you know less about the place. I feel like it's also about like I would say it's still like related to your own action. How you want just take your steps at the place. So like,
What do you mean by that?
so like I agree with that at first day. Like, yes, maybe like to me, I'm still in like honeymoon phase, which is I feel like everyone's so fresh to me. I will love to visit for place
Very
more.
real.
Oh yeah.
Very, very, very real.
Yes.
Very real.
Maybe if I stay there for the next month, when I go through all different walk trails and all the nice cafe I'm being discover all the places I want, I will start to feel like I start getting tired of those, and then some of the other things like under that surface will start to like show up, which maybe is maybe the bad internet connection, maybe the traffic situation, maybe it's the raining, all the insects things start to become like.
You've listed a lot of the reasons that I only really spend 2 months here at a time. Yeah, no, you're right. Here, I think as we were walking here, I was thinking about that. 2 months is generally a good time for me to be here, from where there's like the blissful moment and almost the honeymoon and loving it, to when I start to approach the end of the 2 months, my focus starts to shift to some of the things that I don't love about being here. Maybe that's also part of the angst I feel the last week that I am somewhere, is my attention is diverted to some of the not great things, which perhaps is something I should work on. But no, yes, I agree with what you're saying.
So like I feel like that's the same thing how I feel about Shanghai. I mean, for me, I live here. It's like I probably I never know Shanghai like, I mean, than everyone does. like because I just lived there all the time, so therefore see more. So I guess it's somehow like I really agree that what you said. It's like yes, the more you spend there and the more you feel like you're probably so the Shanghai is not what at least like what I knew about Shanghai is somehow just those images different from my friends. I mean, because they just come to Shanghai before 1 month or less than 1 month, just 1 week, and they always have that kind of I would say the illusion of Shanghai. So which I totally would disagree with. But yeah, again, still feel like even if I right now like I
So are you saying Shanghai is an awful place to live? Are you saying that you've seen you see all the bad parts of it? Is that what you're saying right now?
I mean before there is a time I feel like because I've lived here so time I think
You
maybe
only see the negatives.
yeah, I don't think negative, and also feel like Shanghai is definitely not a place where some people just live for like more than 1 year or something. If you have work, it's fine, but like I don't think it's like because I heard a lot of people say Shanghai is one of the most livable cities in the world. I mean, yeah, I mean if you consider the convenience part, but yeah, I still feel like it is lack of some of the traditional culture things or something, which I yeah, that's the things I always feel that, but when we start to like explore different kind of places, I feel like I know I I feel so ashamed of myself. I feel like I actually know less about Shanghai because all the downsides I see about Shanghai is because I didn't because I still like see Shanghai in my own pretty I would say like old perspective. So which means I will always see the city I live in this way. Actually it's very sad. I mean, so like also like
Then when you come here,
yeah.
maybe you started to appreciate some of the things about.
Yes, that's one of the things. But also, I start to like. I do have a lot of different reflection about the scenes when what I think about Shanghai and also what I think up here. I feel like maybe it will be the same thing. Like and also the thing I figure out like yes, you're right. When I was in Bali, somehow those things I really hate in Shanghai become the things I miss most. Um, I don't feel good about that. And I feel like, oh, we're actually being so spoiled at that. So somehow like, we're just too greedy. Somehow we want the high end the work class infrastructure with all this kind of or cheap labor and all that stuff. Just within snap. But you also hope you can also have it for pretty and
So Shanghai,
natural view and all the things. I mean, we just want it all. We just want a good bill.
yes, yes.
But I also feel very bad on myself. It's just something like it's just impossible, and I feel like it's just like I'm just it just not gonna happen with that. And also like when I say that, I also feel like somehow like when you actually really want to like it's understand and embrace the pros and cons of different culture, you start to realize like how to really adapt yourself to that environment. Because again, if one person like when if my friend really want to like adapt to Shanghainese culture, she can't just like embrace the good side, all the things she saw online or Google like it. She also will see like a lot of the downside about the
I can relate to that.
yeah. So there will be
I can relate to that.
a lot of things like some she might if she still held that illusion about Shanghainese in those image which she will always see, saw like in TV and movies, then she will really I say she was surviving Shanghai for more than 3 months, and another thing will just make her disappointed. So that's why that's the things. It's really like when I was here these days, I really think about it. Yes, I feel like so the after this honeymoon stage, the real so when you actually enter to that phase, if you really want to adapt yourself to whatever culture in the world, you have to like learn how to I should embrace I would say the bright and dark side of that culture. I feel like that's actually the start where you actually do the whatever it's culture adaptation MC part. Before that, I feel like even if I feel like so like those past week. So when I was when that idea come to me, I feel like those past week I'm only in kind of the I will see the illusion I create for myself. So I actually did not touch the real surface of the culture here. So which made me feel a bit disappointed because I feel like before I feel like I'm so close. I feel like I'm maybe like it just give me more time. I could know a lot
You
of
agree
that.
with what I said earlier. Is in the beginning you felt like I was like, oh, I'm starting to get it, and now the longer you've been here, and again, it's only been a month, you start to realize, oh, I don't really understand anything.
Yeah. Now I guess I am going to the turning point that I feel like
I don't know anything.
yes, I feel like I'm now before like it's like it's like it's like just like I was like when you're doing something like driving, it's a pretty flat way and it's like oh it's pretty easy and you just you just drive the cars pretty easily and all the time. And when right now I feel like you're start to like climb some of the hills or somehow the cliff which you don't know like
It's a great visual. It's a great
yeah,
visual.
you know,
Thank
like
you.
before,
Yeah.
you feel like,
Yeah.
oh, it's so easy. I feel like
So good.
I can just humming the sound, and I don't need to look at the back mirror or something. I just feel it's just so easy, so easy.
Well, you should look at the back mirror though.
But yeah, I think it's like I'm so like I feel like I'm just omnivorous with the grab and like I can do everything here. I feel like it's great. I definitely can. If I can depth here, I can depth everywhere. I feel like wow,
That's another good realization. The more times you go through that process, the more confidence you build that you can do it wherever it is. And you realize that it is an evergreen skill in that case. That, again, I always say there's the technical knowledge, there's the technical knowledge, the specific cultural knowledge. How do the Balinese operate? How do they think? How do Indonesians operate? How do they think? But then there's these other skills about adaptation,
yeah.
cultural empathy, things we talk about as well. That's universal. That you can carry with anywhere.
Yeah.
And the more you practice it, the more able you are
Yeah.
to practice that in the next place that you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So right now, I feel like definitely if I'm to keep driving, keep going deeper place,
Yeah.
I feel like it's time to stop. Just put off my key and think about how I need to plan out the route.
You're really going far with this metaphor. I like it. And I want to go a little further with it.
Oh, do you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, cause I feel like it's very hard to like, just to like make you and everyone feel like what I feel right now. So I feel like to visualize it would be the best way. Right now I feel like before it's like you just with full gas and all the stuff, you just bowless. You just like you feel like you are
Just pedal to the metal.
yeah. It's like just go for it, which is great. At first I would feel like it's just I don't know how to drive a car. Suddenly I'm not. I kind of not only drive a car, but I know how to just do different kind of things. And on the road, it just feels so easy and so chill, and it's great. And right now, I feel like I not only slow down. I need to stop here for a while. In Japan, I not only need to check my back mirror, I need to clean, and also need to try to figure out some map or something. I feel like if I really want to go to the go deeper, the things at least I know. What I
You got to go
have right
uphill.
now.
You got to go uphill.
Maybe they're not uphill. The thing is, it's more like I think it's more scary. It's like you never know what's ahead of you. That's why I need to stop.
Well, there's nothing more terrifying, to me at least, than driving on a long country road at night and your headlights, you can't really even see that far ahead of you. But do you know what's way more comfortable than that? And way more enjoying than that? And way more enjoyable than that? And way more fulfilling than that? Is when you got a squad of cars around you and you're all driving together down the
Yeah.
highway. And it's daylight and you can see ahead of you because the other people are telling you what's ahead. We're really pushing this metaphor here. But anyways, it's a good way to tell you all about the Chameleon Club, which is a free online community hosted on school.com in which there are people living in all corners of the world and they are trying to adapt to the new cultures and new societies that they find themselves in. And again, we were pushing that metaphor and I was kind of egging you on a little bit there.
Yeah.
But in all seriousness, again, the nature of this issue you may be having in the sense of loneliness or just general discomfort is that you are very literally alone in a new place.
Yeah.
And you don't have a support group around you. And so luckily, with the advent of the internet, there is a place where you can relate to people who are going through the same thing, and you don't have to feel as lonely, and you don't have to be on that long country road in the dark with your headlights on, hoping that there's no rabid deer in front of you or other creatures. But anyways, we just wanted to plug that quick before it's getting dark. So we should enjoy the sunset, maybe turn off the camera and just enjoy the sunset, eat our cold chicken that we haven't touched because we've been recording, and get back home before dark. But thank you for speaking with me. Thank you again for being open and vulnerable and telling people how you feel in your experience. And yeah, that's all.
Great. So, until next time.
Until next time.
Right?
Right.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.